have some fun. And I have Jay, my partner, on the screen too, up in the top. Well, she's on the top for me.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for making some time for us tonight. We are super excited to talk to you about Teamzy tonight.
We are excited to hear from you. So we are going to let you take control and just have at it.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, then let's just jump in. I'll start recording on my end. Joy, go ahead and do it on yours too. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call. We are so excited to be here with you. My name is Eric Johnson. I am the creator of Teamzy. And I also have Jay Lopes on the call with me, who is our Director of Customer Experience. And so what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to actually take you through some training first on the relationship marketing philosophy, which is the philosophy that underpins the software. Because Teamzy is more than just a tracking app, it's actually a way of doing business, and it's a system to help you run your whole business. So I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of training on that. Then I'm going to take you into Teamzy, show you how to set everything up, okay, which is actually a lot easier than you would think it would be to do. I'm going to show you how to do a power hour like a pro, like absolutely crush, destroy a power hour in like 30 minutes a day. I'm going to show you in that power hour how to connect with people, how to take those connections and create conversations, how to take those conversations and turn them into invites. I'm going to teach you how to follow up on invites like a pro so that you're converting at a high level the people that you're connecting with. Okay, and we'll do all that as quickly as possible, and then we'll do an open Q&A for you guys. Sound good? Okay, couple of housekeeping things. I will mute everybody. And I may have to jump out of my presentation a couple of times to do that, just to keep it from being distracting. But I want you guys to know that if you seriously feel the spirit move you and want to say something, just unmute yourself and go ahead. That's fine, though we will do a Q&A at the end. Sound good? Okay. Let's see here. Let me just do an extra mute on everybody before I go in there. Okay, so let me jump right over to my presentation. Come on, Zoomy. There you go. All right, so you guys see my presentation now, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss? Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about this. Just a little bit about my backstory for those who don't know me. Just like you guys, I was a Beachbody coach. But before that, my background was in being a professional business coach and consultant. I help people build their business, kind of like what we're doing tonight. And I had done that for gosh, almost 15 years, mostly with real estate agents, though I worked with just about every business owner you can imagine, teaching them how to get organized, how to be efficient, how to leverage their time, and how to be really systematic in the way they built their relationships. In fact, I had an opportunity through that career to build tools kind of like Teamzy, though I think we did a much better job this time around with Teamzy. We call those our practice products. But long story short, when I became a Beachbody coach, I went to look for the tools that surely the top coaches were using, because I knew as a business consultant that I needed to have efficient and leveraged time in order to do this just an hour a day. And what I found was that there really wasn't much out there, that people were using complicated spreadsheets and, God forbid, notebooks, pieces of paper, scraps, things like that. So we built Teamzy for you guys. We built it for me too at the time. So we needed the tools, and here it is. All right, so let's jump back into relationship marketing. So what is relationship marketing? You're starting to hear this as a buzzword now, but it's been around a long time. And I want you guys to really understand at its core, relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. Okay, and that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry to products or services of the business. All right, why am I talking to you about this now? Because before we get too deep into the software, I want you to have a subject at the beginning of our conversation, and that's this. Your business is not marketing home fitness programs and nutritional supplements. That's not your business. Your business is lead generation. You are in the lead generation business. Okay, so you guys write down in your notes, I am in the lead generation business. Because it doesn't matter how you are, and it doesn't matter how many challenge packs you sold today or coaches you recruited to your team today. If you are not doing daily the activities that are required to generate new leads, you're not building your business. Does that make sense? Okay, so continuing with that thought, relationship marketing is a system we follow. It's a system. It's a system we follow. It allows us to serve and bring value first. So all of you guys who believe in the whole giver's gain philosophy, you're going to love relationship marketing because we serve and bring value first. Also, when we invest systematically in relationships, people are more likely to want to do business with us, and they're more likely to recommend our business to other people. It's common sense, right? Also, we're able to create predictable and reliable results for our business. So it's not just a warm and fuzzy huggable relationships. It's actually something we can predict and we can forecast business upon. And my favorite part, we always know what to do next because it's a system. How many of you guys sometimes just wish you knew what to do next? I'm going to show you that literally all you'll have to know is turn on Teamzy and go every day. All right. So my next big principle is this. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So remember what business we're in? We're in the lead generation business, right? We generate leads so that we can build and deepen relationships with those people. It's kind of cool. I mean, if that's where your focus is, your business is going to do great. And let me just tell you something. It's a lot more fun doing business this way. Okay. And so what we do with our relationships is over time, we turn them into advocates. We do that by investing time, providing outstanding service. We're advocates. Just like you guys are advocates for so many different brands, just because you love them. And that's the way people are wired. We're going to create advocates with our people we know. Okay. I also want to warn you guys, and I probably should have done it at the beginning, that this presentation is going to feel like you're taking a sip of water from a fire hose. And I apologize, but I want to give you guys so much content in the little bit of time we have. So hopefully you're furiously taking some notes. Here's another important principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, it's going to work. Okay, this is not going to work if you're a jerk. Now, what I love about this is, you know, obviously you guys have met people in this business, even in this network, who are not trustworthy. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life, right? And sometimes they even seem to be successful. And there are ways for them to do it. This will not work for people who are not trustworthy. So if you're the kind of person that's the real deal and you want to help people, you're in the right place. And I love the annotations that somebody's doing on the screens. It's really cool. You're doing a great job with those. All right, so here's some things about trust. Trust makes the work fun. Trust makes it fun because if somebody trusts you even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them. You just get right to helping them, right? And you guys have felt the difference when somebody has come to you with some trust. Also, trust takes away that icky salesperson feeling. How many of you guys are paranoid about coming across as the icky salesperson? Yeah, that was me too. Especially when it's, you know, network marketing and people kind of already have that stigma. But when there's trust, there's no icky salesperson. And the other thing that's really cool about this is you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. I'm gonna stop the share for a second. So just a reminder too, you guys all have, because it's Zoom, you can all write on the slides. So make sure your fingers aren't touching your screens and stuff. But we get to go for yes, which is so cool. And I don't know if you guys ever done Go for No as a team. I don't know, Joey, if you've ever done the Go for No thing with these guys. And I know it's really popular with network marketing is the Go for No. The whole idea that, like, you know, I'm just going to contact so many people. I'm going to get the rejections out of my way so that I can get to the yeses. And in fact, it's kind of a badge of honor to say, hey, I got rejected 100 times. But how many of you guys have done that? Has anyone done that Go for No thing? Was it fun for you? Some of you guys are awesome grenade head type people. Like for me, getting rejected 100 times a week, that's like my worst nightmare. I'm a total wuss when it comes to rejection. And I know that some of you guys didn't put up your hand and you're thinking, that's me too. Because here's the thing I want you to know. When you're investing in relationships, people aren't yeses or nos. And the no's aren't like dead bodies that you throw behind you and you keep going. Every single person is just at a different stage of going for a yes for you, at a different stage of becoming an advocate for you and your business. Does that make sense? And it's way more fun that way. And I'm going to show you how Teamzy helps you cycle through relationships that way. But the whole concept, just, you know, this is a little bit of a tangent I'm going off on right now. I know Jay's like, this isn't part of his presentation. But the whole concept of, hey, I've gone through my warm market, now what? Like, that's a crazy, nutty concept. You can't go through your warm market. Every time you go through your warm market, they get warmer with this approach. Does that make sense? Your warm market just gets warmer. You can't use them up. And I'll explain that as we go. Okay. I have these little passion tangents. I promise I will go off on a few of them and I can't help myself. Okay, so where were we? Trust. Now, here's the cool thing. How do you build trust? You can actually intentionally do this. You can build trust with people. And there are 4 essential ingredients to building trust. 4 essential ingredients. Okay, let's go through them quickly and then I'll break them out one by one for you guys. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. The second is character. Character. The third, competence. Competence. And the 4th is consistency. Consistency. Okay, I'm repeating those so you can write them down, not because I have some sort of presenter's Tourette's. All right, let's break these out for you. Chemistry. Chemistry is where you have a common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Where's your common ground? And this is, I won't get too into this because I think you guys probably are great at this. But the bottom line is, it's just really hard to trust somebody you don't like, right? And so the first thing we need to do is find some common ground. What is it about you they can relate to? And then the second thing is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Okay, character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Please notice something about the definition of character. This is not something you have, it's something you do. Character is something you do. It's you demonstrating your care. Character is not something you carry around like a badge of honor, like I have not told a lie. I don't care. I want to know, do you really care about me? That's how you show your character. Does that make sense? Character is something you do. Competence is the third one. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay? Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 parts to this, guys, because I need to know you can help me with my health and fitness goals. Are you good at what you do? And I need to know, can you mentor me in this business? Can I trust you to help me build my business? I need you to show me this. Make sense? Competence. Now, here's the cool thing. How many of you guys are new or newer, newish? Okay. And maybe your competence isn't there yet. Maybe you don't have it like, your upline or other folks on the team do. Here's the thing, guys. That you've heard people say, just fake it till you make it. Have you heard that before? You guys heard that term? Okay. So here's my plead for you. Please don't fake it. There's no faking it. This is about being real, okay? You don't need to fake it because the competence is there. Your team has the competence. Your upline has the competence. You just need to lean into the systems that are there for you and invite your people to enjoy the competence of the community that you're plugging them into. Does that make sense? So don't fake it. Just lean into the confidence of your team. Make sense? So chemistry, character, competence. Those of you guys who are so minded can see that all these are biblically based. Right? So you know that there's some bedrock practicality to this. But I want to give you kind of the principle behind these 3 before I move on to the 4th one. And that's this. When somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about 3 things. Okay, they only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? That's all people really care about. And by the way, when you are getting objections in your business, and we all do, right? Because we're people and we're dealing with people. When you get an objection in your business, you need to know all objections stem from one or a combination of these 3 things. Okay, maybe not even consciously. Maybe it's just at a subconscious level for that person, but somewhere the objection is being raised. The trust isn't deep enough. They don't know yet about, how you're going to care for them. They don't necessarily know about your competence yet. So here's what I'm saying. Should you be a pro and overcome objections? Absolutely. But understand that relationship's not done. You need to keep investing in that relationship. If they're a customer, you need to keep investing in that relationship and develop trust so they'll continue to be a customer. If they're a coach on your team, same thing. And we're going to talk about the attrition rate of coaches a little bit later. It might even be really soon. We'll get there in a minute. Okay. But it's important. You've got to keep building that relationship if you want people to stick and stay part of the community you're creating. Okay, so let's talk about consistency. This is the one I always want to skip because honestly, consistency is hard, isn't it? Consistency is so hard. It really is. It's super hard. But it's super important, especially when you're going to build trust, right? How many of you guys are parents? How important is consistency when building trust with your children? Can you think of anything more important? Consistency is the key to building trust. Now, here's a cool principle I want to share with you guys about this. And that's this, that people respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. Okay, people respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. I love this because this explains why people are attracted to you when you're consistent. This explains why people tell you how inspiring you are all the time, right? How many of you guys hear that? You're so inspiring. I love what you're doing. It's so inspiring. What is inspiring about you? Are you like the most amazing person in the world? I mean, if they only knew you like your spouse does, right? Who, by the way, loves you. So that's okay. You take it both ways. But here's the thing. Consistency, people respect consistency. They see you being consistent, doing things, even small things. They know how hard that is. They think it's cool and they wish they had more in their life. This is the cool thing about consistency is not only does it build trust, but it draws people to your business. It becomes almost like another marketing channel for you. This is why you always hear Carl saying, be a product of the product, be a product of the product, right? Because he knows that you will attract people to your business that way. Let me just give props to the book where I lifted this principle from, and that's this book right here. It's called Influence. Such a good book. If you have not read this, guys, put this on your list. Put this on your personal development list. It talks about the 6 laws of social influence. And one of the most important influencing factors for all people is the desire to be consistent. It's so huge. It's so huge. You, as a coach, I mean, I could do a whole training on that. And I kind of want to, but I'm not going to, Jay. I'm going to keep moving. Okay, thank you. She knows me. I'll talk all night long. I'll have to do a whole another webinar for you guys in the university on Teamzy on the desire to be consistent. Okay. So here's the book. I put it up here so you guys can put on your personal development list. It's awesome. If you ever meet Robert Cialdini, make sure you let him know that I love his book and constantly sell it for him for no reason other than that it's good. Okay, next. Are you consistent? Are you? So let me just ask you guys for a second. I mean, are you a product of the product? We're talking about how Carl's always harping on us for that. Are you? Are you doing your workout? Are you drinking your shake? Are you committed to healthy living? Are you doing your personal development? Because honestly, it's a big deal. What does this have to do with Teamzy? It has a lot to do with Teamzy because you need to be consistent for the reach outs to work. People need to know you're building trust, remember? So it's important. You have to be representing the lifestyle that you're selling, okay? So, I mean, I know you're not perfect, but we're struggling, right? Struggling, but we're moving forward. Not perfect, but determined. This is us, right? How many of you guys say, I'm pretty good at this stuff? Pretty consistent, Eric. Maybe a little bit better. I could be a little bit better. Let me give you a real checkup from the neck up because what I really want to know is, are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are posting on social media every day? Right? You should be consistent about posting on social media every day, but are you connecting with people one-on-one? Okay? Are you connecting with people one-on-one consistently? Thank you for all those vectors. I hope that means that whoever's writing those on the screen, hope it means this presentation's awesome. I have 4 kids, so I'm used to this stuff. All right. Next, here's an important principle. People won't believe you until they see you. People won't believe you until they see you. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. You can paint this amazing picture on social media and you'll get great results from that. Social media is like the greatest tool ever. You know, the lifestyle of a coach. And I love like the hashtag mom boss. Here I am, my feet in the sand, my knees are tanned. I've got my laptop on my lap. This is what a board meeting looks like in my world, right? Things like that. I love these posts, you know. But there are people that are watching you from a distance that will never connect with you that way. And they're wondering if you actually mean them because they haven't heard from you personally. And I'm going to show you guys how incredibly powerful connecting with those people one-on-one quickly and easily through something like Teamzy will be in those relationships, okay? All right, so the big point here is that building relationships, relationship building is a contact sport. It's a contact sport. That means you need to be in contact with people. You need to connect with people if you want a relationship with them, okay? You have to be in regular contact with people. But I understand time is scarce. Seriously, I'm going to show you guys how to be mega efficient doing this. But I want to give you a principle on this, and I'm just about done with this little bit of training, then we're going to jump into Teamzy, okay? But here's an important principle. You guys really need to get this because it's so This is so true. Investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. I just got to give you a quick example of this and then we'll move on. I need to see your faces. Okay, hold on a second. We have 77 people. You know that's perfect.
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't answer that.
Quiet, we're not talking to you. 77 is like the perfect number. Oh, somebody just left. Whoever just left the meeting ruined it for all of us. Now we're not perfect anymore. It's okay. So let me just give you guys an example of this, this principle. How many of you have ever received a great card from somebody, like a great note, you know, like a birthday card or an anniversary card, and in the card was a handwritten message that was meaningful, right? And when you read it, you had an emotional response to it. Has anyone ever gotten a card like that? I hope so. I really do, right? And so when you got that card and you opened it and you read it and you were like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. This is amazing. As soon as you were done, were you like, that was great. Now let me just chuck that right in the trash can because I'm done with it. How many of you guys were able to do that? Just recycle that sucker right in the trash. Anyone? Tiffany, you're hardcore. You're hardcore. It's okay. It's okay. I bet most of you guys, though, have a special place where you put those cards, right? You save them somewhere. Those of you who haven't read The Art of Tidiness, what is that book, that amazing book about the art of keeping things tidy? But you guys keep those note cards somewhere, right? You have like a special drawer or a box where you keep those special cards. By the way, just a little note for you guys on this. This is a little side note. Is if you ever wanted to create a marketing collateral that someone will never throw away, it's a handwritten note. Write somebody a meaningful note and they'll keep it forever. That's pretty cool, right? And the reason why that note means so much. Now, you guys get like a birthday card, postcard from the dentist's office. Does that note go in the special place or does that one definitely get thrown away right away, right? There's a difference between them. And that's because the person who wrote you the handwritten card invested their most valuable thing, their time. It's the most valuable thing we have. Now, even more important than time is undivided attention. Oh my gosh. How many of you actually give undivided attention to anything in your life? I mean, let's be real, right? How many of you are undivided? How many of you have undivided attention for this presentation right now? There's like 3 of you, right? Seriously. I think I'm not even one of those. Seriously, but okay, so it's so valuable. It's so valuable. In fact, it's so valuable. Not only can somebody read a note like that and have an emotional response, but they put it away for years and read it again. And guess what happens? Another emotional response. It has a lingering impact. So powerful. Because nobody takes time out for anybody these days. Very rare. Now, do you need to be writing handwritten notes to everybody all the time in your business? No, but that should definitely be part of your business plan. In fact, in Teamzy, one of the communication types is a card because it's powerful. But just connecting with people via text or a message, one-on-one, you know, from the heart, it makes an impact. And you can do that so fast and efficient. I'll show you guys in a minute. It's going to blow your mind. Okay. Let me get back to my presentation and then we'll jump into Teamzy. Who am I? I think I have one more slide and then we're going to jump out. We got this one already. Bam, bam, bam. Investing time, connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. So what you need is a system, guys. You have to have a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, right? You can't do it willy-nilly. You have to be systemized. You should know when you're going to contact them. What happens if you don't have a system and you don't know when to contact them is you end up talking to the same 100 people over and over and over again. How many of you guys relate to that? Also, you need to know what to say. I don't want you spending all day trying to think of the perfect message and spending your time in analysis paralysis and not acting. Okay, you should just know what you're going to say and then make sure that nobody's falling through the cracks. And you guys know how this feels. How many of you guys have ever talked to somebody and they're real close? I mean, they're really interested and they're excited, and then they say, you know, I'm not ready yet. You say, oh, no problem. I'll connect a little bit down the road when you might be ready. And then the next thing you know, you see on Facebook, they're a coach on someone else's team. How many people have felt that pain? Yeah, it happens, guys. It happens. It's because they fell through the cracks. You need a system. We're not doing action steps yet. Don't be worried. That's at the end. I got to teach you some more before I give you action steps. Okay. So no more falling through the cracks. Let's get into Teamzy. Where are you, Teamzy? Here you go. All right. So now you guys see my Teamzy dashboard. Move you up so I'm not looking down at the floor when I fix this. Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through the setup process. Before I do that, though, I just want you guys to know this. If you're not already using Teamzy, you go to teamzy.com and get a free trial. It's 30 days for free, no credit card, nothing weird like that. You can just go in and use it for free, okay? We know you're going to love it, so we're going to give it to you for free for a month. Go in and use that. Okay, so in your free trial, you'll be in a setup wizard, which makes it super easy to set up. And I'm going to launch it here for my settings so you see what it looks like. And we'll go through it really quickly so you guys can see how this works. So in the setup wizard, I'm going to do 3 things. We're going to set an income goal, and then Teamzy's going to take your income goal and tell you what kind of work you need to do to get there. Pretty cool. It does it all in the background, does all the math for you. Then we're going to create a powerful why. We'll talk about that so that you don't quit. And then we're going to get your contacts in, all your contacts into Teamzy so that you can be mega super organized. And Teamzy will then take your contacts and create your daily list for your power hour every day for you. It's pretty cool because you're never going to have to plan anything. You're just going to turn it on and go. All right, so let's go through this. So the first step is set your goal. This is the number, the income you'd like to be at 12 months from now, okay? Those of you guys, and I know there's a few of you guys on the call tonight who already are getting an awesome income from your Beachbody business. Here's how I want you to set this number. Based on your activities over the next 12 months, how much business will you add to your business? So the easier way for me to think about this is anything that would get you an elite point would be what I would look at, that kind of activity. So just set your goal. So you can see I put 150,000 in as my goal. I want you guys to think about what you think is realistic 12 months from now and add like 25% to that number. Okay, so I just want you to stretch a little. You're going to be really leveraged and efficient with Teamzy. You'll be able to probably do more than you think you can. So I put in 150. Okay, we can put in whatever number you want and hit continue. So now Teamzy is going to make a recommendation for the activity level I need to do on a daily basis to get to that number. So the first thing it's telling me is that I really need to connect with 4,348 people this year. That's a lot, right? How many of you guys already know 4,348 people? But what's the cool thing about this is when you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? You guys know this one? It's a trick question. One bite at a time, right? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. By the way, that is an analogy for elephant lovers everywhere. Okay, next page is the breakdown. It breaks it down into bite-sized pieces for me. So now it's taken that huge number and it's broken into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and coaches, okay? And then it's broken it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. Okay, so that huge number, I think it was 4,348, is now connect with 9 prospects every day, connect with 6 customers, and 4 coaches on my team. 19 people. By the way, 19's kind of bothering me. I'm kind of anal retentive. Jay will tell you. She's known for years. I'm going to make it 10 because that way it's just an even 20. You can edit these to whatever you want. Okay, that was just a recommendation. So I upped it by 1 just so I could have an even 20. I know some of you guys relate to that. Also, it has a goal of 3 invites a day and 3 ads a day. I can change those, right? We just defaulted to what most people set as their daily target, but you can make this bigger if you'd like. Okay, you're not supposed to make it smaller though, just bigger. Okay. Whatever you put in these boxes, when you hit continue, it's going to set your dashboard up to your goals. Your dashboard will be configured to the goals you set on this page. Okay. Next step is finding your why. Finding your why. All right, let me just go over here really quick. I got to talk to you guys a little bit about this. We got to talk about why. Do you guys know what I mean when I say finding your why? Have you guys talked about this? I know it's kind of this is another buzzword that you hear a lot of trainers talking about. You got to know your why. You got to have your why. And there's a few of you that are like, oh gosh, here we go again with the hippy dippy stuff. But here's the truth, guys. This is the truth. 1 out of every 2 Beachbody coaches quits in the first 12 months. Okay? How many of you guys have been a coach for a year or more? Congratulations, you made it through the first 12 months. How many of you would say that's about accurate based on the people you've personally sponsored in the business? Yeah, and it sucks, right? Now, here's the thing. I'll just give you some perspective. That's actually really good. Like, that's stronger than other networks, but it still sucks for you. It hurts. I know, I've been there myself. But here's the thing. It's just normal because people, and I say this lovingly to all of us, we're designed to quit. Like, we're quitters by design. We quit all the time. We make a decision. It's too hard. We're going to go this way. And here's what I will tell you. If you don't know why you're in this game, you'll end up quitting too. That's why we built it into Teamzy, because we'll take your money, but that's not why we're here. We're here to help you be successful. And to be successful, you have to stay in the business. Do you guys know the secret to success? Write this down if you don't already know it. The secret to success is step 1, start. Step 2, don't quit. That's it. Start, don't quit. That's the secret to success. It's that simple, right? There's a lot of work in me to quit. And you got to know your why. Now, here's the problem. People are like, I get this, Eric, but how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, we've done all the research. We've taken all the classes. We just put a really simple exercise in here for you guys. I'm going to take you through it in 10 minutes, show you how I got my why as an example. And you guys are going to be off to the races on this. Okay, so this is how we do it. Let me jump in here. Jay's laughing because she's seen me do this so many times and it's never the same, right, Jay? I don't have a script. I just kind of go off on tangents. Okay, here we go. Finding your why. So there's questions. Just for you. It's just to get your mind working on this. Just start thinking about it, right? I'm going to share my story with you guys. And like I said, I was a coach before, and I love Beachbody. I think it's awesome. They wouldn't let me do both. Obviously, compliance didn't want me to be a coach and do Teamzy, so I had to give that up so that I could serve you guys in this capacity. But I'm going to tell you my story. So why did I become a coach? I bought P90. Don't get mad at me, guys. I bought P90X at Costco. And it was awesome. It was an awesome. It looked so good on that shelf in the garage where it collected dust for 4 years before I finally did it. But I did it, and I lost 60 pounds. Can you believe that? I lost 60 pounds. And then guess what happened? Everybody was asking me, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? It's P90X, P90X, P90X. My wife found out there was an opportunity, a coaching opportunity, and she said, you need to become a coach because this is stupid. You're telling everybody to go to our website. You're missing out on money, right? Okay, somebody's working on their why right now. It's great. They're mousing their comments on there. It's all good. So I became a coach. What do you hope to accomplish? The next question. What do you hope to accomplish? I asked my sponsor at the time, do you think I can make $500 a month doing this business if I only have an hour a day to work it? He said, yeah, I think you could do that. Great. That's what I hope to accomplish. That was the deep, emotional, spiritual reason Eric Johnson became a coach, to make $5 a month extra. Next question. Why is that important to you? Well, I just want to give you guys some context on my life at the time. My wife and I had, we'd been doing okay. Like, it was a hard time, right? Do you guys remember the recession? It was hard, right? And it was for us. We, by God's good grace, held on through that recession, but we did not save anything for 6 years. Like, we didn't save a penny. Our savings account only went down. And then we'd get our tax return and it would kind of almost go back up and then it would just go down. That was our life. We didn't save ever. So the Beachbody opportunity, I was like, wow, that'd be great. If I could make $500 a month, that could be savings, something I hadn't experienced in a long time. Okay. So then the next question was, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? Okay. So my first thought was, wow, maybe we could buy a new house. That would be great. If I could save long enough, we could buy a new house. My wife and I now have 4 kids, and we didn't when we started. And that changes your needs for a house, right? You guys experience that? Yeah, it's crazy. So great, buy a new house. So I've already gone in 5 minutes. I've gone from whatever. I should get a commission for referring people to P90X to, wow, maybe we could buy a new house. So it's already kind of brought on a little bit more meaning, but still not that deep. Then I get to this next question: why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Meaningful? Buying a new house? I mean, is buying a new house meaningful? I don't know. I know about 3,000 realtors that would say yes, but that's because that's how they get paid. I realized thinking about this, you guys, that buying a new house was not meaningful. It really wasn't. It wasn't meaningful. But when I looked at what it made me feel like, I realized this: buying a new house was symbolic. It was symbolic. You see, at that time in my life, I was working all the time. And I know some of you guys can relate to this. Obviously not getting ahead. And what I was sacrificing was time with my family. I never saw my family. My kids and my wife, it was like good morning, goodbye. I'd get home from work. My kids were already done with dinner and getting ready for bed. And I never forget it. This was just 2 years ago now. It feels like a million years ago, which is nuts. And my son Cruz, who was 5 at the time in kindergarten, was like, he kept calling me Mr. Lisa instead of Daddy, which was the name of his kindergarten teacher. And I was like, this is not right, right? This is not right. Something has to change. Buying a new house was symbolic of the fact that I knew deep down inside, my home, my life, my family wasn't healthy like it should be. So guys, I started realizing, like literally 10 minutes into this process, I went from a very shallow goal of making a couple extra bucks to realizing this opportunity was a vehicle for me to create the life I'd always wanted, for me to be able to remove the worry about my income and actually be able to be with my family. Do you see what it means? So here's what happened. I wrote my why down. The next box is where you write your why, okay? Where it says my why. These other 5 boxes, just for thinking. And this was the why statement, word for word, that I wrote 2 years ago. To create, never worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. Guys, I just have to share with you that when I wrote this down, everything started to change. I was more motivated. I was more excited. And let me tell you, like once we had Teamzy, even in its rough stage, I could now do everything I needed to do to build my business in less than an hour a day. Do you know how many days I still didn't feel like doing that? How many of you guys can relate to that? It's like, I don't feel like doing it. I connected with 20 people yesterday. That's more than anyone on my team did. Then you look at this why statement and you're like, dude, just go get 30 minutes in. Big deal. Just get it done. This is important. Does that make sense? Now, this is why you have to go through the process and know your why. Whatever you write in that last box, the my why box, will save to your dashboard so it's in your face every single day. And you're not going to feel like it. That's fine. But I want you guys to know, people quit for a couple of reasons. There's 2 reasons people quit. Something big happens. Injury, death, financial, whatever, right? And do those things happen to us? Yeah. But what happens more often, which is so sad, is that people evaporate out of this business. One day of not feeling like it turns into 2, it turns into 3. And then I'm thinking about putting my business on the back burner for a minute. And then poof, they're gone, right? And I know some of you guys relate because you've experienced that yourself. That's okay, but you gotta figure out what matters to you and put it in your face every day. Does that make sense? Now, one more thing on this. And I know I'm kind of off on a tangent on your why, but it's just so important. Some of you guys are wired to avoid pain. I mean, some of you guys can write like a nice affirmation on the board like I just did and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go for that happy-go-lucky place. And some of you are like, dude, that doesn't mean anything to me. But if you tell me that I'm going to be suffering if I don't, then I will avoid the pain. So if you're wired like that, I want you to create, I call it the dark why. The dark why. And this is what the dark why is. What are the consequences of quitting? What do your relationships look like? Your finances, your family life? What will your life be like? How do you enjoy working for your current boss? Do you want to continue doing that for the next 20 years? Is that a consequence of quitting this business? Right? So write down what happens if I quit, just so it's clear. So you don't quit. Okay? All right. Let's jump back in real quick. So you're going to get your why. Whatever you put in this last box will save to your dashboard. Okay? And then the last step is we're going to get your contacts in so you can get, as my son would say, mega super organized. We should all talk like 7-year-olds. I'm just saying, be clear. So first, we're going to get your contacts from the coach office. You're going to get your coaches first. Get your coaches in first. Okay, I'm going to give you the best order so that you get the best results. I definitely recommend personally sponsored. Just pull your personally sponsored coaches. Okay. Then you're going to get your customers list. Some of you guys, it's a big list. Okay, you're going to get customer list in second. Now, there's a little video here that shows you how to do it. It's pretty easy. One pro tip for you guys who've been in the business a while, if you have more than 1,000 customers in the back office, you need to pull it in pieces because coach office only lets you export 1,000 people at a time. So just do like a date range, like the first half of your coaching career and the second half of your coaching career, and then upload both sheets. Okay. Another pro tip on this is this works best if you don't open those spreadsheets and play with them, just bring them directly into Teamzy. Okay, next we get your Facebook contacts in. There's a video that shows you how to do it. You can get your whole Facebook list from Teamzy and put it in, from Facebook and put it into Teamzy, which is so cool because you won't be doing this through your Facebook Messenger trying to think about who to connect with. It'll all be super organized for you. And then anywhere else that you have contacts, if you're using another CRM system or anything, you can just get them in as a CSV file. It'll import right into Teamzy. Okay, and those little videos will walk you through it. And then there's even more instructions in the university outside Teamzy. All right, so let's actually go through this real quick. I'll do a quick import and we'll get to the next thing. So I'm going to just show you how this works. It's super easy. I have my Facebook download right here. There it is. I'm going to do my Facebook friends really quick. So look at bringing in the file and see it's already uploaded the file. It took about 1 second. I'm going to toggle advanced options because I like to tag them where they're coming from. So I'm going to tag those as Facebook friends so I know that all these contacts were Facebook friends. And then we're going to continue that. And just watch how fast it is, guys. I've got almost 1,800 people. It's going to do it in about 4 seconds. So any of you who have ever played with Top Producer or, I'm sorry, what is it? Salesforce, Jay? Like that's the big CRM, right? You know what a pain in the butt it is to set up. This is so easy. Okay, last step for setup is ranking contacts. We are going to rank people on a 5-star system, just like you do Netflix or anything, you know, Amazon, right? You guys know how to rank things on a 5-star. I think we're trained this way now. We think of everything as a 5-star is awesome, 1-star, kind of sucky, right? Is sucky a business term? I think so. I think if you look that up, you'll find that it's an actual term. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me explain to you guys what these ranks mean. But first I want to give you there's a concept here. There's a principle that's behind this. Okay, this is the principle. In relationship marketing, you should spend more time with the best people. Okay, guys, does that make sense? You should spend more time with the best people. So, in other words, you need to prioritize your relationships so you can prioritize your time. And in this context, you're going to prioritize your relationships one time so Teamzy can create your power hour plan. You never have to plan again. Pretty awesome. Let me show you how this works. So the ranks work like this. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a coach, or they're already on your team and they're a total rock star. Those are your 5-star people. You're not going to have a lot of them, unfortunately. They're just kind of rare. But the 5-star people are going to show up on your dashboard every 30 days. They're going to show up and you're going to just connect with them to make their day. We're going to get in the make someone's day mindset. That's what this is all about, is making people's day. Okay, the 4-star people, there's somebody who's likely to become a customer or a coach with a little nurturing, or they're your solid performers on your team. They're 4 stars. They're going to show up every 60 days. Every 60 days, you're going to get a chance to make their day. 3 stars, everyone's a 3-star to start because you just don't know with 3 stars. They could go either way. So most of the people on your list will be 3 stars. And when you're meeting new people, they'll probably be 3-star. They're going to show up every 90 days. Every 90 days, you're going to connect with them. So see how you're just constantly staying in touch with people, moving those relationships forward. And then 2 stars are getting a little colder. They're every 120 days. 1 stars are they're people in the freezer. You're just keeping them in storage. They're not on your dashboard ever, but they're on your list if you need to look them up. Make sense? 4 stars, I'm sorry, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys get that. Okay. So once you get done doing your import, it's going to automatically bring you to the team page where your full list is, and it's going to be in rank mode. See this is on. This is what it normally looks like. But on rank mode, I can just bang through my list and quickly rank people just by clicking. Now, here's the thing. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed because I have 5,000 people. I'm so well networked. Right? Don't be overwhelmed. Just remember, everybody's going to be a 3. So really all you need to do is scan through your list and cherry pick the 4s and 5s to get started. Okay, just cherry pick the 4s and 5s so that they get a little higher priority to get started. That won't take you very long. Okay. If you're like me and you're the kind of person that when they move into a new house wants to stay up all night long and unpack all the boxes and hang all the pictures so that tomorrow morning you're living in your house. If you're like me, then that's the way you'll do it. You'll actually go through your list and rank everybody. Get a nice glass of wine, put on some Frank Sinatra, whatever you're into, something mellow, but not too mellow, and just crank through your list, okay? All right, so now we're set up. You don't need to save this, just click anywhere, it's auto-saved. I'm gonna go to the dashboard. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to rock power hour now? All right, I know we covered a lot in a short amount of time. I'm gonna give you a real quick tour of the dashboard, then we're gonna rock a power hour. So here's my dashboard, right? Today's activities are my goals for the day. My goal is to connect with 10 prospects. Yeah, I got zeros on the board, still haven't done anything. 6 customers, 4 coaches. I also want to invite 3 people and add 3 people to my list. Okay, so those are my goals for the day. Now, I've also got here a lookup bar. So if I want to look up somebody who's not on my dashboard, I can just look them up, right? So if I wanted to go to Jay, I can just look her up and go to her record. Also, when I'm meeting new people every single day, I'm going to be adding new people to my list, right? Every single day. My goal was 3 people a day adding to my list. So I'm just going to do that by clicking that button. Okay, so now let's continue down. We'll do our power. There's my why. Remember I told you that was going to be there. There it is. Dailies. These are things that are non-negotiable. You have to do these every day to be successful. So check off as you go. It's a little accountability goal. Did you do social? Did you do personal development today? Did you drink your Shakeology? Did you do your workout? Crazy. I actually had a Shakeology right before this call, and I hadn't had one in a couple of days. You guys ever miss a couple of days? And it's like heroin. You're like, I need it so bad, right? Not that I've ever done heroin, but Shakeology makes me feel pretty good. So maybe I'll just stick with that. All right. Who's up next? We got a wild hair tonight, Jay. Sorry. Okay. The who's up next is the magical place. This is the magical place right here. This is the thing that makes Teamzy really cool. You guys gotta stop marking my screen. Seriously. Hold on. I can't have it on the power hour. I'm gonna delete that so that whoever's writing on my screen, I had to take it off. Okay, good. All right. So who's up next is gonna take us through the power hour and make us super efficient. Here's how it works. There's 4 lists: prospects, customers, each one of these tabs is a new list, coaches, and my follow-ups, okay? So easy. Are you guys ready? We're gonna work prospects first. I have to do 10. First one on my list is Jay. How convenient. This is gonna be great. She's on the call. I'm gonna make her day. So I'm gonna message Jay. Now, I use Facebook Messenger for 99% of my communication. So whatever you guys are into, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, texting, whatever, that's what you'll use. I like to use Facebook. Facebook is my favorite. Instagram also is awesome in a similar way because not only can I message people, but they can go see what I'm up to on so as they're communicating with me. So it gives another layer of interaction. Does that make sense? So I'm going to connect with Jay, and I have Facebook open on a separate tab. You see up there? Great. But I'm not sure. Like, what do I say to her? I have no idea. Do you guys ever feel like you spend a lot of time trying to think about how to connect with somebody? So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this button right here. See where it says scripts? I'm going to click on this just to get a little cheat idea. And this is a Facebook message, so I've got a few choices here of different types of messaging. And I'm going to click on this connect one. Okay. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. By the way, this is my favorite script of all time. I'm going to share with you guys through my presentation my 3 favorite scripts, and all of you are going to go, really? It's so simple. Yeah. And this one works so great. This one works so great. I have personally sent this to like 2,000 people. Some of you guys on the call probably have received this from me and didn't realize I was scripting you and were like, hey, Eric. The thing about this is it's so simple because it's easy. It's asking about them, and it's cheerful. It makes them smile. It makes their day. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on copy script. Now it's copied on my clipboard. Now I want to go to Facebook to message Jay. Right? Let me close that out. We don't need to have that conversation. I want to go to message Jay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste that right in there, but change the name. All right. So now it says, hi, Jay, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome, right? And what I'm going to do is, you don't have to do this, but I like to copy, like paste it exactly like that back into Teamzy. All right. So I'm going to send that message. Facebook, send it. There you go. Now I'm going to toggle back over to Teamzy, and I'm going to log that I sent her a message. I need to log it. Now you don't have to paste it, the whole message in if you don't want. You can just log that you sent her a connect. But we want to log it. So I'm going to, that was a Facebook message. That was the type. And so this is my tracking. My tracking's now done too, real time. Pretty cool, right? So watch what happens when I log this. Jay's off my list. I have 1 on the scoreboard, and my circle started to go blue. Now what I'll do is I'll go to Kelly, and I'm going to use the same script. I'm just going to use it 10 times in a row, guys. I'll be honest. I just use it over and over, change the name. And then if I get to somebody who already used this before, I'll just grab a different one. I'll just grab the number 2. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? Hope all's going great, right? Or maybe I'll use this one. I saw you cross my Facebook feed. Thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Don't overthink it, guys. It's not rocket science, just connecting with people. So I'm going to go down my list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, until I connect with 10 people on this list, right? And this circle is all the way blue. When I'm done connecting with my prospects, by the way, people will start responding to you guys, and just be disciplined. Don't answer yet. You're not done with your power hour. You got to do all the proactive stuff first before you can do the reactive stuff. So I'm going to go through my whole 10 people on my prospects. When that circle is blue, now I move over to my customers. I start connecting with my customers. I start focusing on making their day. And by the way, I've got customer scripts here too, which is so cool. Right? So we got some great customer scripts. I don't know if you guys can see these on your screens, but like this one says, "Hi, John, how are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shakes? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help." Right? This is my favorite script. I told you I'd share my 3. This is my second favorite script. So simple. "Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything to do to take your day." Try that one, you guys. Send that to 10 people tomorrow and see what happens with your customers. Why is it so important to talk to your customers? I did a full hour training on this, by the way. It's in the Teamzy University on how to hit SC every single month. You guys just need to get this concept. There's no better source for a new customer than a current one, right? There's no hotter source of a new lead than a current customer. Have you guys heard that before? Because your customers who are doing their workouts and using using Shakeology and the different programs we sell, they're getting awesome results. And what happens when people are getting great results? Everyone in the world is asking them about it, right? They're talking about it. So every single person that you know that's getting results, by the way, is having 10 to 20 conversations about it already. Have you guys ever thought about that? So where are those 10 to 20 people? Why aren't they in your challenge group or on your team? Well, if you're not in touch with your customers, that's the problem. That's step 1. You got to stay in touch with them. Also, by the way, they need you. How many people have you met who can do one challenge group and their life is changed forever? How many people have you come across? People need you. They need their coach to help them stay accountable. You need to be plugging them into multiple challenge groups a year, connecting with them, checking with them, see how, make sure they're drinking their Shakeology, educate them on why it's better than the organic protein at Costco that costs 20 bucks. Right? It's important. Stay in touch with your customers. It's part of your business. The other thing is the more you're in touch, the longer they'll stay on Shakeology. You get that email from Beachbody that says, 7 months was your average. That'll go to 11 months. Okay. So stay in touch with your customers. It's so huge. But don't forget that your customers are the best source for your new customers and your new coaches. Okay. And check out that training because I'll show you how to do it. Basically, though, if your customer is already talking to people and you can get them to introduce those people to you, now you've got a new coach that's already got a team when they start. It's pretty okay. After we connect with all of our customers, just making their day, going down our list, we're going to connect with coaches on our team. Why do we call it Teamzy, do you suppose? I'll tell you why. Because it's about your team. It's about the community you create. And your team needs a one-on-one connection with you. They must have it. They must have it, guys. And it doesn't matter how many diamonds you have after your name, you can still connect with your personally sponsored coaches. They need that. Your Facebook page and the live Zoom call is not the relationship. They need that relationship. Make their day. Make their day. So we're going to connect with the coaches on our team. Bam, bam, bam. Some of you guys are newer and you're going to go through your coach list like the first 2 weeks of Teamzy, and that's fine. Just make your goal, your daily goal for coaches small and focus on building your team, okay? So we've done it. We've done our power hour. We connected with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches. And that will take you, after you've done this for about a week, that'll take you about 25 minutes. Now think about it. In 25 minutes, you've connected with 20 people. You've just sent a nice message to them. So what happens with that? What happens is the typical response rate to a direct message is about 50%. So now you've started 10 conversations. Pretty cool. So what do you do with those 10 conversations? Should you start inviting them to your groups? Should you start trying to get them onto the team? No, you should have a conversation. That's the point. You've started the conversation. Now have a conversation. Use those skills that you've learned on how to form, how to ask questions, how to be interested in them, and find a way to help them. Find a way to help them. Maybe they need help with their health and fitness. Maybe they need help with their finances. Those are easy to invite, right? When that's the issue. But maybe they just need someone to give them advice on something. Maybe they just need a prayer. Maybe they need a great pediatric dentist. I don't know. Find a way to help them. Find a way to add value to their life. Now you're having a great conversation with somebody and they start asking you about your business, you're talking, they're interested. Now's a great time to opt to invite them. Because sometimes though, you might have several conversations over the course of months before you're ready to invite them because you haven't moved that relationship to the right place yet. Does that make sense? So let me just show you how this works, because our next list is follow-ups. So I'm going to pretend, on Jay and I just had a great conversation based on that first message, and we messaged back and forth. We got all caught up. She was asking me about the new baby. I have a new baby, by the way, you guys. She's not quite 3 months old. And you guys missed it because I was off camera, but right before I started the call, I had her here. I was gonna show her to you guys and she spit up all over me. So I had to go do a quick costume change. So that would have been exciting probably for a lot of you guys, bring back the memories. Some of you guys have newborns right now. So we're catching up. This is what you're talking about, right? You're just catching up. It's life. And then as it turns to fitness, you know, Jay's telling me that she's got some goals. And so I'll say, you know what, let's get on the phone. Let's talk about your goals. And I know a lot of you guys do the same way. We'll get on the phone and talk about our goals. I'll take some notes and then let her know, you know, I really think 21 Day Fix might be a great place for you to start, Jay. So we'll talk about that. She's excited to talk about the challenge group. She's excited. Why is Jay excited about a program that's going to be work and discipline? I'll tell you why. You guys need to understand this. What you guys are selling is this: hope with a plan. That's what you sell. Hope with a plan. Jay's excited and feeling hopeful. And she knows I have a plan to get her where she wants to go. That's why she's excited. So here's what'll happen. Now I'm going to invite her to my challenge group. I'm going to say, Jay, look, here's what I'll do. I'm going to say an email right now as soon as we hang up the phone, and it will have all the information on the program we just talked about, Shakeology, the challenge group, and it'll have the link for you to order your challenge pack in it. She's like, great. I tell you what, Jay, I'll follow up with you tomorrow. I'll check in, see if you have any questions, okay? She's like, awesome, thanks. Great, she's feeling hopeful. Now let me show you how I'm gonna do that in Teamzy. I'm gonna look her up right here in the lookup bar on the top of my dashboard. That's gonna take me to her contact record, okay? If I go to activity feed, I can see the message I sent her earlier. But now what I'm going to do is log that I sent her an invite. An invite is a special type of connect, so I'm going to click on that connect button, and I'm going to click, see where it says invite? I'm going to click that. Now it's an invite. Select the invite type. It was a challenge group invite. See, I've got a few choices. I've got free group, challenge group, business opportunity, Shakeology, and other. Okay, so I'm going to select challenge group, and then I'm just going to put a note in here that it was 21 Day Fix. I could copy that whole email in there if I wanted, but it's fine. It's either way. And then it was an email, so I'm just going to log that it was an email. Okay, so now here's the cool thing. I don't want to log this yet because I have not set a follow-up. See how it says follow-up default? Well, Jay's a 4-star, which means she's not going to come back on my list for 60 days. When did I say I'd follow up with her? Tomorrow, so I have to set that follow-up. Now check this out. I'm going to set that up for tomorrow. Now it's logged. See, I can see that it's logged. And I have the follow-up set. There's no way for me to drop her. She can't fall through the cracks. She's on my follow-ups list. So on my dashboard, when I'm doing my power hour, I do my prospects, customers, coaches. Now I'm going to work my follow-ups list. As I work down the list, I'm going to get to Jay. Right? So I can't screw this up. This is really important, you guys. This is so important. The follow-ups is the key. How many of you have heard the fortunes? How many of you have told your team the fortunes and the follow-ups? Did you guys know this stat? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times pretty consistently? Anyone? 7 times? Anyone? So you guys are like in the 69% or less rate, right? Just be real. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. There's a reason why you guys don't follow up 10 times, right? Some of you, it's just because you don't have a good system like Teamzy to keep you organized enough to follow up that many times. But I think the bigger reason is you guys don't want to be annoying, right? You don't want to be a pest. How many of you guys feel like 10 times is a bit excessive? Yeah. That's why, by the way, this many people get 80% of the sales, because most people feel that way. But here's what I want you guys to have. First of all, I'm about to teach you how to follow up 10 times without being annoying. Who's up for that training? It's super easy. It's super easy, by the way. But I also want you to get a mindset shift right now. And here's the deal. Jay came to me because she wants to change something important, right? And your customers come to you for the same reason. They want to change the way they look. They want to change the way they feel. They want to change their health. In some cases, they want to save their life, right? And those things color everything in our life, right? They're coming to you for a complete transformation. They're asking you for help. And the only way to get them there to that help is to follow up with them, because we know, what do we know about people's psychology? She's excited and hopeful when she's talking to me. And then as soon as she hangs up, her subconscious mind, who does not want to change anything, takes over. And it makes her run. How many of you have had people super excited and then they never respond to your follow-ups and you're like, what happened? This is normal. That's normal. Psychology 101. People don't want to change. Subconsciously, they don't want to change. And 80% of their actions come from their subconscious. The only way to help Jay is to help her consciously overcome her subconscious. The only way I can do that is following up. So in other words, guys, write this down. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Failing to follow up is telling Jay, or whoever, she's my example, Jay, you're just such a good sport, that I just don't care enough about you to follow up with you. Sorry. I don't have time for this. I don't care enough about you. Because I know she's not going to do it without me hounding her to get her started. Not hounding, I'll show you how to do it in a way that's fine. The bottom line is following up is an act of love. Write that on a little sticky note, stick it on your computer screen so that you remind yourself that you're not being a pest. Now, here are the 2 principles that will make you never be annoying when you do follow-ups. You guys ready for these principles? And then I'm going to show you, it's ridiculously easy in Teamzy. If you forget the principles and you just follow the numbers in Teamzy, you can't screw it up either. The first principle is this. When following up, never, ever ask somebody to do something. Don't give them an action step. That's super annoying. You don't ask them, can you please call me back? Will you please respond? Can you tell me if you're in or out? Will you just please tell me if you're interested or not so I can move on? Can you please buy your challenge pack already? Don't do any of that. Don't ever ask for anything in a follow-up. Okay? Just like when you call somebody, you should never ask them to call you back. You just tell them why you're calling, right? So, okay. That's the first principle. The second principle is this. Your follow-up should be short enough that they can read it on their notification screen without opening the message. Because they don't want you to know they've read it yet, right? Come on, you guys are laughing because you're the same way. They want to read it. They want to hear from you, but they don't want to know. That adds accountability to them. And they are going to want to avoid you at first because that's the way human beings are wired. And that's okay. We understand it. We're going to love them through it. Does that make sense? It's like we're holding an addict and helping them through the change to the health of life. Okay, so let me show you guys how easy this is to do in Teamzy. Okay, let's just jump over there. I'm going to follow up with Jay. Jay was excited. Now I know that tomorrow when I follow up with her, the likelihood of her not responding is like 99%. So when I get to her on my follow-ups list, I'm going to send her one of my follow-ups. I'll go to my scripts. By the way, I put 10 follow-up scripts in here, so you can actually follow up 10 times without ever coming up with your own message. So easy, you guys. Check this out. So look, I'm going to go to follow-up number 1. Here it is. By the way, this is my 3rd favorite follow-up of all time. I told you I'd share my favorite 3. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So simple. I love this one because it's like I'm actually doing what I said I would, so I'm putting a deposit in her trust account, but I'm using a word like promised, which means we're friends, right? It's a promise. And then what questions do you have for me? It's about her. It's not about me. So quick, and she can read that without opening it. So I'm going to send her that one, right? I'll just copy that, boom, send it to her, message it to her. Great. And then I'm going to set the next follow-up. I'm going to always set the next follow-up before I log that. So she'll be on my list again. Right? So tomorrow I'm going to come in, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab number 2. Where is it? Follow-up number 2. Hi, Jane, just making sure you got my email. Checking in to see if you have any questions. The next day, I'm going to do number 3. Hi, Jane, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Then I'm going to do number 4. Hi, Jane, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Now, do you need to follow up every single day? No, but I usually would for the first 3 days. And then maybe you back off a couple days, right? And then you keep going each time. Hi, Jane, hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Do you see how we're not asking her to do anything, but we're just connecting, we're reminding her, and here's what we're doing with these follow-ups, you guys. We are reconnecting her to the hope emotion she felt when she first talked to us. And I want her to experience that emotion for a moment every day or every few days, because it's kind of like we're waking her up from her reality, which is holding her back. Does that make sense? So what I will tell you guys is the vast majority of people will not even respond to your first 5 or 6 follow-ups. How many of you guys have experienced that? The vast majority of people will not even respond. And most coaches go, she's not interested, next. But here's what I'm telling you. With Teamzy, literally you're investing 1.5 seconds of your life into following up with them every day. It's not costing you anything to continue following up with them, sending these messages. What will usually happen is around follow-up number 6 or 7, you will get this response. Oh my gosh, you're so awesome. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. I really appreciate it. And they'll tell you how crazy their life's been. Oh my gosh, life's been so crazy. I mean, this is my life, and I'm sure my life's like a country western song, and I'm sure yours is too. My dog had a stroke. My wife had a baby. We're selling our house, which is nuts because every 2 hours we get a call saying, clean the house and get your family out because some strangers are going to traipse through it, right? My wife wants to literally kill me because I'm selling the house, but we don't have any place to move into yet. Like, this is our life, right? But here's the thing. That's going to be a reason not to do challenge group? Of course. Stay connecting. People are going to be, thank you so much. My life's been crazy. I appreciate your what? Consistency, right? That's how you do it, guys. So then what happens? I'm connecting with Jay, and then I'm in the coach office, and I'm like, oh, man, sweet. Jay just bought her challenge pack, and she followed my instructions, and she came in as a coach. Smart girl. So how do I finish her off in Teamzy? I'm going to do this. I'm going to look her up again. Catch up with me, Teamzy. There you go. I'm going to look her up, go to her contact record. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log the sale so that Teamzy knows it resulted in a sale. She got a challenge pack, great. Save it. Now what I'll do is she's a prospect. Now I'm going to move her over to coach just by clicking on it. I'll click personally sponsored. Bam. Done. I've taken Jay through the whole process. We connected, we had a conversation, I invited her, I followed up like a pro. Now she's on the team. I will continue to develop that relationship with her, but she'll be on my coach list now. How cool is that? Okay, real quick, before I do questions, for those of you studs who hung in there with us this long, I'm going to give you your action steps. And for those people who couldn't hang, they're on your team, give them the action steps, okay, because they need this. Here we go. Action steps. Go get your free trial. That's a no-brainer. It's a free trial. It's 30 days free. Go get it. Teamzy.com, okay? Make sure your team gets on the free trial too. The second one is I want you to choose a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. If you already have a success partner, use that person. But if you don't have a success partner, just get one for 30 days. Say, let's do this Teamzy thing together and hold each other accountable. Here's what I want you to do with your success partner. At the end of each day, you're going to take a screenshot of your completed dashboard. Like, you know, you get all the 100%. And those of you who've done it, you know, it says you crushed it. Congratulations, you crushed it. I want you to screenshot that and message it over to your partner. And then you're going to get that message at like 8 o'clock at night. You haven't done crap. You're going to be mad. You're going to grab your phone. You're going to connect with 20 people on your day. All right, third action step, because some of you are like 30 days, oh my gosh, it's like the ultimate reset. I need a 3-day refresh to start with. I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge. And this is a great challenge, by the way, for you guys who are already using Teamzy like a rock star. In 5 days, this is your challenge. 5 days in a row, those are consecutive days. I want you to connect with a total of 100 people. So that's an average of 20 people each day for 5 straight days. And hold each other accountable. Do it together as a team. Do it together as success partners. You're going to connect with 20 people every day, 5 days straight. I'm just telling you guys that if you do that, you will create momentum. I want you to experience what it feels like to feel that momentum and to do it with something that literally took you less than 30 minutes to do it each one of those days. Okay, so those are your action steps. Go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day trial, get a success partner to do the trial with you, and then do the 5-day challenge. Okay. Who's in for the challenge? Who's up for it? This is your public accountability. Look around, hold each other accountable. Hey, I saw you raise your hand. Why aren't you off your butt doing your challenge? Right? Okay. Get in there and do it. You guys, serious. We're expanding Teamzy to other networks, but the heart and soul of this was for Beachbody coaches. It's for you guys to rock your business. Okay, Jay, take it away. Sorry.
All right, guys, I'm just going to jump in here really quickly. Like Eric said at the beginning of today's call, he's going to give you tons of information. Many things, right? But he's definitely a man of his word. So consider that, yes, it was a lot of information, but grab the meat, okay, leave the bones. You're not in the same place, so there are lots of different valuable points in there. Just choose something that you want to implement in your day-to-day. And when you turn around and you try to sit down in front of Teamzy, if you have questions or if you have any sort of a challenge, I want to be your first call, okay? Know that you're not going through this alone. I am your day-to-day champion, okay? So if there's a quick question you want to run by me, or does this look right, go ahead and get me on the phone or shoot me a quick text. I'm always here to help, okay? We know that implementing a new, especially online system, can take some time to build that habit. So know you're not in it alone. Even if you don't take us up on our offer to get a success partner or whatever the case may be, we are here to help you as your support, okay? But lean into an incredible team like this, guys. 70 people on a team call, okay, on a Monday evening. Way to go, seriously. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity for us to be talking with you guys tonight. So thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the chat really quickly. You guys jump in there and let us know if you have any questions. And then I'm gonna probably just jump in and share a few quick tips, just some cool features that you guys can keep in mind that we do have available. Like I said, Eric gave you guys a lot, but I'm sure there are some things that are probably rattling around or came to light for you. So go ahead and use that chat, and while you're doing that, I'll jump into Teamzy and show you guys a few more features.
And if you have a question, guys, just unmute and ask it. You can also just ask it out loud, which is cool.
Okay, guys, while you are working on the questions, so Eric did a really great job of showing you how easy it is to import your contacts. If you're having any sort of a challenge, if there's any sort of a roadblock, don't keep hitting that wall going 90, okay? Pick up the phone, get me on the line, or shoot me an email and I'll get it resolved for you, okay? This is sort of what I live, eat, and breathe. I know it's hard to really wrap your head around someone being that way, but this is all I've ever done. Eric brought me on this team because he knows this is what I love. So consider, I've been training on this for a long time. There is no stupid question, okay? So with that in mind, when you're importing your contacts, a really cool feature. Let's see here. Once you've actually selected your file, let's see if Teamzy will catch up with me here.
That's what happens when you live out in the middle of the desert. I think Jay froze a little bit on you guys. Hey, I just noticed that Tori asked a question, so let me jump in.
That's the truth, guys. Eric gets to really perfect while I'm working on mine.
Yeah, you get yours. I'll answer Victoria's question real quick. Her question was, my husband and I just started. Do you think this is beneficial for us to use, even though we have no coaches, customers, etc.? Yes. Yet. You see, I already get to my answer. Yes. So Victoria, here's the thing. Like, you need to get connecting with people like crazy. Right? So get your Facebook list in there starting now, and you need to start connecting with people. Start creating conversations, even more so than ever. So this is going to be a great tool for you to use to do that. So just start connecting, just start connecting. That's how you're going to build your coaches and your customers.
All right, awesome. So what I wanted to mention about importing your contacts, guys, upon import, there are a couple options here. You've got advanced import options so that you can tag some of these files. If you're bringing in files from all different places, or if you've established, by challenge group, or if you're inviting to events by location, you can actually apply some tags here that will act as an initial identifier for you. So that when you're looking at a list of 1,000 people, you can quickly at one glance say, oh, these are the folks I was inviting to the event in Los Angeles, or these are the individuals that are going to be participating in my upcoming challenge group, or here are the follow-ups for my past challenge group. So keep in mind that this tag area is going to be really beneficial for you, okay? So if I'm doing a 21-day fix challenge group, okay, I could actually create that tag there, and then I could say if these are all customers, I would just establish they're all customers, but this is going to allow me to do a blanket typing all at once, okay? So everyone on that file would be applied with this tag or that rank or that member type. So that's something to keep in mind when you're importing, that you can do that. All right, so that is my one message with that's one of my tips for importing. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is that many of you are going to be doing this business from, anywhere and everywhere. You're all living crazy busy lives, like Eric said. So we want you guys to know that you do have access to Teamzy via our mobile site, okay? So that means I can pick up my cell phone when I'm sitting in the line at drop off in the morning or in the grocery store or what have you. I can actually pick up my phone in real time, add someone that I just met brand new, or I can send a quick email or log a few connects. Utilize the time when you have it. A power hour doesn't always manifest itself in a solid hour. So take the 15 minutes if you've got it. Take the 20 minutes. Grab your cell phone and just power through, okay? So mobile site. You want to access that, you're going to go to, just open up your browser on your mobile device. If you're an Android user, it's usually Google Chrome. If you're an iPhone user, Safari or Firefox, what have you. So just go ahead and pop in app.teamzy.com. So basically what you see right here in this URL will get you our mobile site. Log in, save your login credentials, and then I actually recommend that you save it to your home screen on your cell phone. So I'm not sure if you guys can see by the glare, but mine's were just hanging out there like an app. So I can tap on it in the morning, connect with a few people right there when I'm on the go, okay? So check out that mobile site. I'm gonna take a quick look at the chat and see if any other questions came in. I don't know if anything came to mind, Eric, that you wanna go over. Okay, awesome. So last thing that I wanna mention, guys, is that Eric started all of this when you set up your Teamzy by setting an income goal. Okay, so it's really important for you to also be tracking the income from all of these sales and from expanding your team. That's sort of the name of the game, right? So in order to do that, we recommend that you utilize your business tab here on the left-hand side. This is a really great place for you to take an at-one glance look at, how close or how far am I to meeting that overall income goal that I set? Or, how am I doing on my customer goal or my personally sponsored coaches? So consider this is another tool that's built in to help you stay accountable with your goals, okay? So you can come in here when you're ready to track your income. I can see that, okay, I've got a goal set of $100,000, but you know what? I actually want to track the $1,000 I just made in commissions this month. So I can click business, and then I'll select either the little plus symbol here, or I can click add income. Either of which are going to give you access to your itemized income report, guys. This is awesome because it's literally going to let you know, okay, here's all of the income that I've generated throughout the year by date range. So you can enter by earnings statement, okay? Literally say, okay, I've made $1,000 from the 1st to the 7th. Okay, I'll add that income. The system will go ahead and update in real time so that I can now pull this report in the future. If it's 3 months into the year, 6 months into the year, and you have to do course correcting, or you need to light that flame, or I don't know, maybe a nice pat on the back, killing it, right? These are tools that help you so that you're not feeling like you're completely going at this business alone. So track your income right there in your business section. Okay. So Laura has an awesome question about syncing contacts ongoing. Okay, so this usually comes up most of the social media imports like Facebook. So Teamzy is not a direct sync to any other source. Okay, so you do have to be manually updating so that your list in Teamzy is up to date, so you know who to connect with. So Eric mentioned earlier when he was going through that you can add in real time. Okay, at any point, whether you're on the desktop or on the mobile. In the upper right-hand corner, you have an add contact option. You just click here, you can add someone new, you add as much information as you have at the time because it will allow you to go back and add info, okay? So if that's all I have, I can go through and tag this person or establish, you know what, Jay and I connected today and I wanna follow up with her tomorrow about my upcoming challenge group or what have you. I can automatically set my defaults and move on to the next thing. Okay, this is going to allow you to do it in real time when you're meeting people face-to-face, belly-to-belly, or 1 or 2 people on social media.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Plus
Okay.
you get the little circle on your dashboard when you add people every day. So some of you are going to go nuts if you don't get 100%. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Okay, real quick, let me show them the mobile screen, and then I'm taking control.
Okay.
Here we go. So this is the mobile screens. Okay, hold on, you guys your faces are annoying this. So this is what it looks like on your phone. So you can use this mobile. You can add new people as you're meeting them in the store or whatever. You can look people up. You can connect with them, and your scripts are here. Okay, everything's here mobile. So you can do all this on your phone, you guys, which is so cool. You can even do your dailies on your phone, which is so fun. So definitely, now I noticed that she didn't have a mobile page. I'm glad you do now, because you're going to be able to do so much more with this. And like Jay said, if you're not at the point yet where you even have a power hour, I just want you guys to know what's so cool is when you become full-time at this, it's because now you have 3 power hours, right? Instead of just 1. But even if you don't have an hour, you can do 15 minutes 4 times a day. Get out your phone and connect. Make sense? Okay. I know some of you guys are like, when are these two ever going to stop? So we can stop and let you guys go to bed unless you have more questions.
And I'm going to go ahead and share my contact information for you as you go. I know things are going to spark as you're going along, so feel free to reach out to us. We appreciate your time tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for letting us crash your team call.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for having us. Have an awesome night. Go connect and make someone's day.
Thanks so much.